Imagine a leader with absolute control, unlimited wealth, and no limits to his power. Someone so twisted by authority that he stopped at nothing to satisfy his darkest cravings. He ruled over the world's most powerful empire, yet his reign became infamous not for his achievements, but for his monstrous acts. How could one man descend into such depths of cruelty and depravity? Today, we'll reveal the shocking story of Rome's most depraved emperor, a ruler whose scandalous behavior pushed the Roman Empire to the brink. If you think you know Roman history, buckle up, because this story will redefine your understanding of power, corruption, and madness. Welcome back to our channel. Ancient Rome is often celebrated for its achievements, powerful leaders, breathtaking architecture, and groundbreaking innovations. But behind its glory lies a side of Rome that we rarely discuss. A world of decadence, betrayal, and rulers who let absolute power drive them to unimaginable extremes. Today, we're exploring the life of Rome's most depraved emperor. Unlike others before or after him, this ruler didn't merely enjoy the perks of his position. No, he shattered every boundary of decency and sanity, indulging in behavior that shocked even the most hardened Romans. This isn't just a story of power gone wrong. It's a cautionary tale of how the lust for control and unchecked authority can twist a man's soul beyond recognition. This story isn't just about ancient Rome. It's a look into the human psyche, into what can happen when someone gains so much power that they lose all perspective. We'll dive deep into accounts that history has tried to forget, peeling back the layers to reveal secrets that will leave you questioning the very nature of authority. So stick with us to the end. This is a journey you'll never forget. With us, let's set the stage. Rome, the colossal heart of the ancient world, was a city of unmatched wealth, luxury, and influence. From its incredible feats of engineering to its fearsome legions, Rome dominated the ancient world. But this power also had a dark side, a shadow lurking beneath the empire's splendor. And no one embodied this shadow more than the emperor we're discussing today. This ruler's early life hinted at his future excesses, but no one could have anticipated the shocking transformation he would undergo upon taking power. At first, he charmed the public with promises of wealth, stability, and grandeur. But as he settled into his role, the mask of charm slipped, revealing a man consumed by paranoia, lust, and an insatiable hunger for control. Imagine the lavish banquets filled with the finest delicacies, served on plates of gold and stretching for days. But these weren't just ordinary feasts. For this emperor, meals became a twisted theater of power. At these banquets, high-ranking senators and noble families were made to endure hours, sometimes days, of humiliating entertainment for his amusement. He would often impose bizarre demands, forcing his guests to drink until they could no longer stand or to eat dishes so rare and exotic that only he could procure them. Failure to indulge was seen as defiance, punishable by exile, or worse. And these feasts were just the beginning. This emperor's fascination with the gladiatorial games turned into something far more sinister. While Romans traditionally loved the games, they still saw them as a structured form of entertainment with rules and respected participants. But not him. He craved chaos. He would command noblemen to fight in the arena, send slaves and prisoners to be slaughtered in brutal matches, and even ordered rigged fights where he could humiliate anyone he saw as a threat or an annoyance. Some accounts claim that he himself participated in rigged matches, showcasing his supposed strength and intimidating anyone who dared question his authority. Behind closed doors, however, was where the true horror of his reign unfolded. Ancient sources, though horrified, documented the disturbing rumors of what took place in his private chambers. Every whim, no matter how twisted, was indulged. Tales spread through Rome of the emperor's insatiable desires, rituals, and bizarre games. He often used people as mere pawns in his depraved acts. Anyone in his court could become a tool for his amusement, and the most powerful officials in Rome found themselves powerless, living in constant terror of catching his attention in the wrong way. The emperor's madness didn't just affect his subjects. Paranoia drove him to target even those closest to him. He surrounded himself with loyalists, yet his insecurities turned him against them. Family members, childhood friends, and trusted allies were suddenly seen as threats. He eliminated them mercilessly, staging elaborate public trials or simply ordering their disappearance in the middle of the night. The once mighty Senate, filled with Rome's most respected figures, was reduced to a trembling assembly of men, each hoping to avoid his wrath. He particularly enjoyed humiliating the Senate. By forcing senators to participate in degrading tasks, making them fight in staged battles, or even commanding them to perform as jesters in his banquets, he demonstrated his dominance over the government. Imagine the horror and shame of Rome's once powerful officials. brought to their knees by a man who ruled with unbridled cruelty. As his paranoia intensified, he isolated himself, surrounding his palace with an elite guard trained to obey his every command without question. The guards, many of whom feared for their own lives, were forced to carry out his violent orders, executing anyone he deemed a threat. The atmosphere in Rome grew tense, with whispers of rebellion and unrest, as the city's citizens began to realize the true horror of their ruler's madness. The impact of his rule went beyond his personal depravity. Under his reign, Rome's finances plummeted as he squandered enormous sums on extravagant games, feasts, and building projects. The economy suffered, and the once glorious empire began to weaken. Citizens, once proud of their city's grandeur, now watched in despair as their emperor's unchecked behavior threatened to undo centuries of Roman might. Temples, arenas, and theaters that had once inspired awe became backdrops to his acts of violence and excess. With the empire teetering on the edge of chaos, whispers of rebellion grew louder. Even the Praetorian Guard, once his staunch protectors, began to waver in their loyalty. His own guards, soldiers who had been paid to keep him safe, began to question whether they were protecting a godlike ruler or simply a madman whose time had come. In the end, it was his own paranoia that led to his downfall. Surrounded by enemies he had created, abandoned by the Senate, and despised by the public, he became trapped in the very world of fear he had built. His death was swift and brutal, marking the end of one of Rome's darkest chapters. The reign of Rome's most depraved emperor serves as one of history's most terrifying examples of how absolute power can corrupt absolutely. His name has become a symbol of unchecked excess and cruelty, a reminder of what can happen when a ruler allows his darkest impulses to consume him. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more captivating content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.